Alright, so I will present deck. So I saw some player playing a deck, Yukari playing a deck fairly similar to this. I decided to give a try at playing Oberon's Eulogy in Kagulicho, so I went for my version of it. So I this deck is heavily towards playing lots of 2 drops and less. Um, we surely have Rainier Hierophant also because we play Howling Brave, and that's coming out nicely together. We play a Freak of Nature because we play uh, lots of things that put troop in the crypt. So Freak of Nature is actually great, even though it synergizes quite weirdly with Oberon's Eulogy. I decided, compared to Yukari, to cut the Disciple of Yazukan because I felt like they were fairly underwhelming. Even if you can block over and over again, I rather prefer to play Carnosaurus because in this deck, Carnosaurus in the late game can be a monster that fights something. So I do play only 2 flight troops here in the main deck. Yukari is playing like 4, I think. That's it. He's playing 4 Disciple, and that's it. I decided to run 2 Splinter, and that's it. But I do play 4 Grim Justice, so I can bring them back, and so I felt like it was not really necessary. My sideboard is not completely set in stone, but okay. I will continue on the main deck. So the first on the main deck. So I do run only 22 shard in this deck because I run Brave, Explorer, Sensei, and a lot of 2 drops. So the top curve is a Eulogy, and that's it. So I felt like I didn't need that much shard to get that deck rolling, especially since, I mean, Freak of Nature, you can reanimate it from the crypt. It's not an issue to not cast it on 4. Usually what you want is to cast your 2 drops over and over again. There is tons of card advantage and all that. There is the hero power also to bring back some stuff. So yeah. There is 12 Rabbit for the short base. So there is the Sensei, that's pretty classical. There is Sensei, Explorer, and Rainier Hierophant. So that deck is attacking things on different angles. You can either swarm with your 2 or less drops, or just with a Hierophant also. You do have quite a bit of removal with a 4 extinction also. We could have played Monsoon in there. That could have been an option here, but I decided to not to because I really preferred to play Grim Justice as a 4 of. That's a personal choice. There is this deck list is not set in stone. I did try it yesterday after seeing that, after going further into deck building. So I hope that explanation is not too messy. It feels messy to me, but all right. So obviously, like every Hierophant deck, your best possible turn are just playing Howling Brave into Hierophant, obviously. But in this deck, you can also just go up until you until you get to Oberon's Theology, and when everything goes super spicy. But I did like a lot Carnosaurus when I played that deck in the main deck, because I ended up with some Carnosaurus being able to kill some vampires, some Windsinger, and all that. Uh, I did thought that VP was necessary at first, but it is actually not a big deal. Uh, I did had quite a good uh, first impression of that deck. In the sideboard, I did put some Vampire Princes, like Coach is saying that I should play them in the main deck. I felt like Princess is necessary in some matchup, but not all of them. It's really important in those Lanupus site matchup, because they do have lots of target for it. I decided to go for a Drone Shrine against those Lanupus site matchup. I do have Scroll of Yazukan. This card might be weird, and you might think, yeah, why is Scroll of Yazukan and all that? For the Kakolichu Mirror, Scroll of Yazukan is just nasty, and I let you guess how it becomes when you got Noberon's Theology in on board and a Scroll of Yazukan. You generate some huge threat with Crush, and that is becoming fairly nasty. I did put some Exarch for some Hierophant matchup where they are ground based, so usually for the wild matchup I do bring in those Exarch. I do have some more Dino Fight, so Clocodon for the Kagolichu matchup, and Chomposaur for either some caves or some Yotl matchup also. Not Kagolichu, so Yotl also for Clocodon and Boris and Magbombus. Yeah, Clocodon is for Yotl and Magbombus. And Chomposaur is also great against those aggro because you can gain some health also. I guess that wasn't too. I hope it was not too messy. So the game plan is just to go along with your early and cheap drops and bring them back and all that with Grim Justice. And once you get Oberon online, your really cheap troops are becoming as big as your opponent's troops. So that's also a good part. I could play some card that bring back like Oberon'sology. Like I could play like Grave Offering or something like that, but I'm not a fan of those cards, so I decided to go for a fairly more standard deck. And this one is doing fairly great against Yotl, especially. It's decent against other Hierophant deck because you got tons of Extinction, and if they don't have a way to handle your Eulogy, you usually win the game when it comes to the point where you play Eulogy. So maybe I'm lacking some flyers, so maybe Disciple is a card that is key for the deck. I can see that in some situation. Maybe Trufflehead is just cute and not great. Maybe I should play like 2 Disciple instead of Trufflehead, but that seems alright that way. So we'll jump into some ladder game and see how we are performing with that.